Hey, what's up everybody? Today I want to talk to y'all about the Strider SMF, a knife that has quickly become one of my favorite EDC knives, if not the top tier in my EDC rotation. Sorry guys, I don't know what's wrong, why I keep clearing my throat. But this was the perfect Strider for me to start out with because it met all the criteria. When I said if I could buy a Strider, I would want it to have this, that, the other thing, and this has everything that I would have been looking for. I got this from knifeart.com, and when I was on there, I wasn't on the site looking to buy anything, I was just looking. When I saw this and saw they had them in stock, I said to hell with it. I got my credit card, I charged it, and didn't look back. So I'm really glad I did. I was able to pay off the credit card in one payment, so no worries with that. Again guys, sorry, you'll probably hear me clear my throat a couple times. I've already tried to make this video too many times as it is. Let's talk about the blade. One of the first criteria that I wanted. It had to be a clip point. It had to be a flat ground blade, which that's what you got here. It's not a full flat ground blade. If you look right about here, it almost lines up with the top cut out of the Strider hole there. But that's where your angle is. And then from the rest of the way down, all the way flat. Sorry guys. It's Tiger Stripe, which was a criteria. And I also wanted to try the new steel they were using. It's not, new to the knife world. It's just, I guess it's new to Strider. But the CPM 154. And so I got all that in the blade. You got the word Strider there. On the back, you got the nice subdued logo. And then you have the CPM 154 USA. Of course, liner lock. It's a Strider. I guess they're all liner locks. Another feature that I wanted the Flame G10, and I just love the look of this. It's really got a 3D look to it, so much so that I'm kind of stupid. When I saw everybody on YouTube and I saw a picture of this knife with the Flame G10, I really thought, I didn't think it was smooth. I thought it may have had like a ripple effect or something on it, but no, it's totally smooth, but it just looks really, really cool. Of course, you got the Hinder stabilizer bar disc right there. Your pocket clip is, it's typical Strider. It's tip up, right hand only carry. And one thing I noticed in some other people's videos, and somebody even touched on it, was right above the screw there. It only has one screw on the pocket clip. But there's an extension of the clip that is bent over and inserted into a small hole right above the screw there, which is really nice because being that it only has one screw to hold the clip on, that stabilizes your pocket clip right there, so you're not going to get any side-to-side motion. And since we're looking at the knife from this angle, you see the jimping on the back end of it. And personally, I don't think it's as aggressive or as functional or whatever as what they got here on the spine. To me, this works better than this down here. I don't know, maybe it's just me. The G10, it's a textured G10. That was another feature I wanted. I wanted the Lego pattern, which refers to the blocky, square, what I would call the classic Strider look. So I wanted the Lego pattern, and I wanted because that would give me the textured G10, but I didn't want it in black. I wanted it in something with color. They had a green, they had the coyote brown, which is obviously what I went with here. I really liked it. It is darker in person than it showed on the website, but it's cool. I mean, I still like it, like I said. This is what's called the new and improved Strider, I guess the 7th generation. And what that means is the fit and finish is very tight. The lockup is much better. No blade play, side to side, up or down. It still has a very early lockup on it. It's very smooth, opening, closing, very smooth. If you whip the knife out, you know, kind of hard, like really try to whip it out there, I'm not going to do it here, but if you do that, I have noticed that it can be, you know, a lot harder to disengage that lock bar, because it will stick, and it will stick pretty damn good. And like I said, the fit and finish, while it's not seamless, when you run your finger over it, you feel absolutely nothing. You cannot feel where the titanium meets up with the G10, and it's just very nicely done. The G10, as you can see there, it is one solid piece. I had somebody ask me if it was one piece or if the backspacer was a separate piece of G10, but no, it's all one piece. I really like the giant oversized pivot on the Striders. Gives it a different look from any other knife out there, and I guess that's what gives you, you know, your extra strength in the blade, you know, back here where it pivots, if you were to do any kind of prying or torquing on the knife. Let's see. I got an illustration for you guys. Let me show you this real quick. Back to the whole lock bar thing and the new and improved, the Generation 7 Strider. This is from what I have noticed. I'm not a, you know, a Strider connoisseur or anything, but the old Striders had a tang. The tang of the knife, the blade, was rounded like this one here. The new ones, the rounded, has been just cut off, shaved flat at an angle, and there's your flat angle. And from what I'm thinking, when the log bar would get inside that curve, it couldn't get a full purchase of the blade, and that's what would give you the blade play. At least that's how I'm thinking. So if, you know, if I'm wrong on that, feel free to correct me. But it just seems like when the log bar gets over here in a flat angle, it keeps full force of the log bar pushing straight into the blade, gives you zero blade play. So good on Strider, you know, finally fixing that little flaw, because while it may not hinder the knife and its performance, I will not spend near $500 on a knife that's going to have blade play. If it came brand new and it had blade play, I would send it back. But I mean, that's just me. The blade, you got a 4-inch blade there, and closed, I think it's like 5 inches or 5 1/4. You're basically looking at a 9-inch knife here overall, and that would be a very good comparison to the Spyderco Military, because you also have a 4-inch blade, and it is also about 9 inches overall. I mean, the Spyderco, it is longer, but it's because it's got a longer handle. I forget how long the handle is on this thing. But while they both have a 4-inch blade, the Spyderco, as you can see, it does have probably about a 1/2 inch more cutting surface. Closing the wrong damn knife. So it does have the Spyderco does have about a 4-inch more cutting surface than the Strider. But I mean, it ain't a big deal, because honestly, there are tasks and duties that I would put the Strider through without hesitation that I absolutely would not put the Spyderco through. Because mainly, Spyderco has a very thin blade with a very fine tip on it. The Strider, a very thick blade all the way down to the tip. I mean, of course it tapers down, but I mean, it's still very thick nonetheless. It does have the double thumb studs there, the dual thumb studs, but honestly, I can't open the knife with the thumb studs. But really, they're just there to be your blade stop anyway. Let's see. What else did I want to touch on? The Strider weighs in at around 6 ounces. One thing I did want to touch on is the lanyard hole. I wish this is something that Strider would change eventually. Move the lanyard hole from the very top here to more in between these two screws. More closer to the one on the left here because of where the pocket clip is. That way it would be between, say, that screw and that screw there. And the reason for it is, if you see right there, you can see the blade. The edge of the blade is actually inside the lanyard hole. So if you put a lanyard on this thing, eventually the blade is going to just cut through it. And it's a razor sharp knife. I mean, it will definitely cut through your lanyard without a question. On that note, like I said, razor sharp. It seemed like it may have had a bit of a burr though on the edge, somewhere towards the back. Here, probably about an inch up from the very end here. And a few passes on the Spyderco Sharp Maker using the fine stones. Touch that up real nice. Now, shaving sharp. Let's see. This video is longer than what I thought it was going to be. I think that's pretty much everything, guys. I just kind of wanted to do a bit of a review and give you some talking points on the Strider SMF. Love this knife. Like I said, I'm a believer in Strider now. With these improvements they've made, now that I finally have one in hand that I can use, that I can carry, that I can put through its paces, I'm a believer. These Striders are really nice, and yeah, I'm going to say they're worth the money. The new ones are anyway. I'm looking at, I would like to get the SJ75 Strider, the black on black version, next. And also I would like to get another Strider SMF, same Lego version, but with the satin blade and the, I guess, polished titanium. Because that one looks really industrial, really cool. But that's the video, guys. Strider SMF. I give it 2 thumbs up. I give it 3 thumbs up. 10 stars, 20 stars. Great knife. Just all around great knife. So if you got the coin, I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm out of here. Peace.